Welcome back to another recording of the Joyful Mate podcast. I'm your host, your joyful journey mentor, Anthony Hartcher, and I look forward to sharing these insights on the topic of expectations and attitude. Yes, it is really coming up to, we've just had Thanksgiving in the States and we're coming up to Christmas time in Australia. And it's very much a year, it's a time to reflect as well. The end of the year is a time to reflect, and we reflect on how well the year went or how it didn't go so well. And we start thinking about next year and what we want to achieve next year. So this time's an absolutely time to reflect. It's a great time to reflect, but it's also a time where we can, have certain expectations that I'll get invited to this Christmas party or this Thanksgiving party, or that they'll give me this as a gift, or I'm expecting this. And our expectations can really set us up for seeing the world in a way that is, if someone gives us what we want or we get invited to what we want, then it supports us, right? So it supports how we see the world from our lens and how we see it. And that we can be, we can sort of say, yeah, thank you. I'm really appreciative. And it's sort of like this gratitude that is only existing when they support us. However, true gratitude comes from being grateful for as it is. So getting the gift you didn't want, not getting the invite that you wanted, or getting the invite that you didn't want. So it's actually being appreciative for as it is, as opposed to the way we expect the world or expect others to behave or expect the world to run or be organized in a particular way. That is our expectations. It is how we see the world. But the world is what it is, and people behave as they behave according to how they want to behave. We can have these expectations that really set us up for disappointment. And this can happen a lot during this time of the year, where there is a lot of get-togethering and socialization, and we have certain expectations around the way people will behave, and certain expectations of what they will do and what we don't want them to do. And that ultimately sets us up for disappointment. And the reason why we get disappointed is because of these expectations, which is from our view of the world, is from our lens, from our perspective. But it's not seeing the wholeness in what is or in who the other person is. And so what disappointment is actually doing is broadening your lens of seeing the world. It's opening you up to the wholeness. But what can happen is we can get emotional and not see the wholeness. We just get frustrated and angry and disappointed in the other person, as opposed to seeing the wholeness in the way it is and the upside of the disappointment, and the counter side or the shadow side of what you were hoping not to get, but you got, right? So the more we can see the wholeness and the more we can thank it for being whole is ultimately true gratitude. When we are thankful or grateful for the way we want the world to be, or the way we want people to behave, that is not complete gratitude. Complete gratitude is seeing the world as it is, seeing the wholeness and being grateful for the world as it is, or as people as they are. And that's ultimately true love, is seeing the wholeness in the person, and not just like loving one side of them and thinking I just want that person to do that and nothing, and not what they do other than that. And when they do that other than that, then, they're terrible, or they're, they disappoint me, and so that's not seeing the person as they are. That's just loving half of them or loving a bit of them and not seeing the wholeness in who they are. And so when we can see the person as whole and love both sides of them, the side that is supportive of you and also the side that challenges you, that wakes you up to what you're not seeing, then that is true love. That is true connection because you are seeing them as they are, the authentic being of themselves, as opposed to judging one side of them or liking one side of them. And so this is what happens when we get into relationships. We often connect with what we like about them, what we have in common with them, but they also have stuff that we don't have in common, but they open our way of seeing the world to much broader if we are open to seeing it. So they will often open you up to the other side of them. You'll see the other side in time. Rather than judging it, go along for the ride. Be curious because it broadens your lens of seeing the world, and then you can see more of the wholeness of the way the world is, as opposed to your narrow lens, the narrow focus that you have on the world based on your experiences, which are so limited compared to the infinity of experiences that can be there, right? You just have this little 1%, or not even 1%, it's 0.000000001 somewhere percent of seeing what is possible or experiencing what is possible. And so what we want to do is really see that waking, the person waking us up, the side that frustrates them. We want to see that as broadening your perspective on Earth, on the world, on other humans, because other humans will also have similarities to what you don't like in that person. And so if you despise it in that person, you'll keep bumping into it throughout your journey on planet Earth, and it will frustrate you. But you can love it as it is, and then it will no longer frustrate you. And you'll keep bumping in to people that carry a similar resembling trait or behavior, and you won't be judging it. You'll see it as it is. You'll see how it serves you, or how it woke you up once upon a time, and you didn't quite. And so when someone has a polarized view, and even if I might not see it exactly how they see it, I lean into that space to better understand how they see it that way. Then I deepen my understanding of them and who they are, and I can better see it from their lens, which broadens my lens of seeing the world. And that opens me up to seeing things as they are, and for being able to love people for who they are, no matter what they do, and be able to love everything around out the planet Earth or the universe, because it all has it's completely balanced and completely whole. It's got its, if you want to judge it, a good side and a bad side, but it's whole in it, and it's complete. It's just what we choose to focus on expands. And so if we focus on what we don't like about it, it gets bigger, and we find more supportive evidence to justify our narrow view of the world. Whereas if we let go of that judgment, we can then start seeing it from a different lens, and we can start seeing it how that serves humankind or planet Earth or the universe. So with this period, be aware of your expectations on others and on expectations of the way things should be, according to you. And when you're challenged, it's because that challenge is wanting to wake you up to a broader way of seeing things and to give you greater connection with everyone and everything. So they're not there to disappoint you. They're there to wake you up. They're there to help you find the purpose behind what they do and how they do it. And that broadens your perspective. And therefore, you're no longer emotionally charged about that behavior you see in anyone else doing it. You see it as it is. It's got its good side and bad side if you want to judge it. But it's whole, and it's conserved in space and time. It's not going away. So during this period, it can be an opportunity to really broaden the way you see the world by not allowing your discontent or dissatisfaction run you, by asking yourself, how is this serving me? How does this benefit me? How does this benefit me to what's important to me? How does it serve me? How does it broaden my lens? You might need to lean into it even more to find the answers, to keep asking why. Be curious. Go on a inquisitive exploration with the person. Go on a dance and tango with them to understand why they think how they think. And the more you understand why, the more you understand their behavior, and the more you understand why they do it. And then how it's opening you up to a whole new world, and then how you can better see the world as it is, and how you can have more love and gratitude as a result of that. So see this time, this season of the year, not as what's going to charge me up emotionally in terms of the people I'm going to run into or the people I have to hang out with at this occasion. See it as an opportunity to find connection. Look for connection. The only way you look for connection is leaning in to what's charging you up, right? Lean into that space. You'll broaden your perspective, increase your awareness, you'll gain a better understanding, and you'll see them as they are and see the wholeness in it, as opposed to getting worked up and just judging it and dismissing it and getting frustrated and then keep running into it in other people that remind you of that person. So you don't want to live a life like that where you're constantly running away from things or fighting things. You'd much rather go on a dance with life. The best way to go on the dance with life is remain curious and ask why, and or just lean into that space that's uncomfortable and find out the reason, how they find out why they do that, or find out why you're frustrating them. They might be reacting to you. And then you think, no, they initiated it. But then it's the chicken and the egg scenario as to who worked up who made the other person discomfortable. It might have happened simultaneously. Who knows? Or it might have been a microsecond or a nanosecond between who provoked who. Let go of that. Lean into the uncomfortable. Embrace it. Grow with it. It's a chance to connect. So these points of disconnection are actually an opportunity to connect deeper with you and connect deeper with the other person and connect deeper with life. So lean into the uncomfortable, embrace it, grow with it, and transcend your initial judgment of it. So if you like this episode and you want to help other people see the world as it is and love one another as they are, please share it with others. Please. And if you're struggling with conceptualizing, or how do I apply this to my life, or how do I apply it to this person, reach out to me. I can certainly help you. I can coach you how to do this. I can coach you how to actually see the world as it is, and how to love each person for who they are, and how to love every part of you so that you feel more connected. And so that if you feel more connected, you can better relate to the rest of the world around you. So please reach out to me. I'm here to help you, and have a great end of the year. Please allow the time to connect, and connect with you, connect with others, connect with everything. Please allow the time to reflect and grow. Through reflection, we grow and we transcend and we become better versions of ourselves. So allow that time, lean into the space. And if you want support, please reach out. I'm here and wanting to help you. Thank you.